Welcome back to more Left 4 Dead 2, a simulation of what Gabe Newell wishes he could do to all of us. One day the fandom's gonna push him too far, pestering him about Half-Life 3, and he's just gonna march out of Valve HQ just like this, and he'll be all, "You want more Half-Life 3? Well, here you fucking go!" Nah, Gabe Newell would never do that. Or would he? Uh-oh, my controller batteries are getting low. This episode is now a race against time to see if I can get the level done before my controller craps out on me. See if we can do something fun with this propane tank. I sell propane and Whoa! Damn it, Dale! Yes. King of the Hill and Left 4 Dead 2 go together like Sonic and autism. I mean, it's easy to draw parallels between King of the Hill and this. They both take place in the South, after all. Although in different states. You think there's a mod for this with King of the Hill characters? I bet you there is. Those modding people can make all kinds of crazy stuff, and honestly, it wouldn't be that hard to do. You just gotta import like his VR chat model or something, and there you go. Well, which 4 characters do you think they would pick? Well, I just answered my own question. Of course, you'd have Hank, Bill, Dale, and Boomhauer. They're not gonna put Bobby or Peggy in. Frickin' get out of the way, you idiot. I keep complaining about the dumbass teammates, and do you see how she just kind of glided right down the stairs in front of my line of fire? So this is the tank, by the way, as I'm sure you were already aware. Strongest enemy in the game. Thankfully he's not... Oh, whoops, scratch that. I was going to say thankfully he's not going for us. He must have heard me. How ironic that I used up my med kit just moments ago, and then this guy came into the scene and basically undid all of that. A total waste, if there ever was one. But now he's dead. It's not like there's a second tank down here, I say ominously. Nah, we're good. Yeah, let's try out some more melee weapons just for laughs. Do our impression of the... What the hell's that actor's name from The Shining? Here's Johnny. Jack Nicholson, that's who it is, yeah. 'Cause you know, they had that scene where he chopped down the door. It was very scary. Yes, indeed. Axes. Ask me a question. I dare you. You know, speaking of The Shining, I recently discovered something that's equally scary. Apparently somebody was inspired by The Shining to make a musical album with a similar theme. It's called Selected Memories from the Haunted Ballroom. Yeah, look that up if you want to be kept up at night, completely wide awake, wide-eyed, lying in bed. If you want something that'll give you a good spook, that would be a place to look. And when I say a good spook, I don't mean like the racist kind. Well, I don't think anybody assumed that to begin with, but just to make sure everybody understands. Boomer. Boomer bile ahead. Remember when boomer was just a term used to describe people born between the years of 1945 and 1963? Before it got culturally appropriated by a bunch of frickin' kids, and now it can mean pretty much anything, and that car over there is a boomer. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I hate the world, and everyone in it. I probably shouldn't be saying that over footage of a violent video game. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. You see, we live in a sensitive time, and sometimes when you make commentary over footage of a violent video game, people might misconstrue your intent, because this is just the era that we live in. I can remember a simpler, more innocent time, when the biggest thing you had to worry about in the news was hijacked airliners crashing into buildings. You can't make jokes like that on YouTube. 9/11 was a national tragedy. What do you think the reaction to 9/11 was like at Valve headquarters? I mean, they were around in 2001, so statistically speaking, they were probably working on something the day the towers, you know what. I mean, there are all those stories of all the different media companies who got interrupted by 9/11 and how they reacted to it. Like most famously, the movie Master of Disguise that was in development when 9/11 happened, and rumor has it that Dana Carvey was in the turtle costume right at the moment when the first tower got hit. Stranger than fiction. Ooh, looky what we got here. A grenade launcher. Having a variety of weapons really makes all the difference in terms of making the gameplay varied and interesting throughout these 4 levels. If a lesser developer was on this game, they probably would have just had maybe like 5 different weapons you can cycle through, which all do the same thing. Oh, it's a witch. Oh, we have to be very careful. Oop. You startled the witch, you stupid idiot. Thankfully we handled it well, though. The witch can just completely destroy your health bar if you don't handle it properly, but thankfully the AI are a lot smarter about this than I am. You know, in the first Left 4 Dead, they actually gave you an achievement if you threw the Molotov cocktail at the witch. It was called Burn the Witch. I always go to that as my example of an interesting achievement, because that's the one and only time where I can think of there being 2 different achievements in 2 different games that each had the same name, because Left 4 Dead 1 had the Burn the Witch achievement, and then coincidentally Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts also had an achievement called Burn the Witch, because you know the villain of that game was Grunty, or Goonty, depending on who you ask. There was that Ventrilo harassment video many years ago where the guy was pretending to be Grunty from a Banjo-Kazooie, and he was annoying people on Ventrilo with all of his noises. Going, bah, bah, bah. And there was like a weird Mexican guy who was like, "Who is Goonty?" Okay, I got the communicator box. I'll let the guy talk for a second. Want to make sure we heard his instructions. I gotta get him his cola. He says he wants some good old-fashioned cola. I am never gonna run out of opportunities to quote that video. It's just too damned funny. So any hoodles, in other news, have you guys heard that Jeff Gertzman of Giant Bomb fame is retiring? How about that? He's had quite the illustrious career, hasn't he? He famously upset all the Nintendo boys by giving Mario Sunshine an 8.8, and then there was the Kane and Lynch scandal with "we didn't pay for a 6 out of 10. And now Jeff Gertzman's finally had enough. He's gonna go some other place. Where might that place be that he's going to go? Is he gonna go to hell? Oh no! So now, the challenge of this particular segment is that we can't hold the cola and the gun at the same time. We have to choose. It's like Sophie's Choice in a sense. So I think the optimal strategy is to just keep the cola and try to use it as a melee weapon of sorts, and you can use it to bat off the ravenous hordes. By the time you actually get the cola back to the guy, it's gonna be completely covered in viscera and he won't even want it. It's gonna look like you fucking pulled it out of somebody's stomach, and here you go, you fat bastard, and he's gonna be, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" I don't know why that's the voice I gave him. That is not what he sounded like on the intercom. But regardless, we're gonna pursue the strategy of just beating people over the head with Coca-Cola. Here you go. Oh, whoops. There we go.
Yeah, it's a guest. Whoa! Oh,